Demon Slayer is one of the most popular manga anime series of all time, and there definitely hasn't been a shortage of action figures for the series either. BuzzMod, Figma, Ultimate Legends, and even McFarlane
sick!
have all made figures for the series, and most of them have actually been pretty good. Well, not McFarlane. That's just an abomination.
Get out!
So with there already being multiple lines of Demon Slayer figures, I really didn't think that we were going to get another one, but Tamashii decided to throw their hands into the Demon Slayer mix by launching the SH Figuarts line. Seeing a teaser for this had me like, damn, for real? And then they showed them the first promo images of the figure to start the line, Tanjiro, and I was like really impressed by the look of this figure. Just by the promos, I felt like this was the best looking Tanjiro figure so far, because the BuzzMod, I just never liked the way that figure looks. He looks fat, and he has some big ass hips, and the faceplates just didn't seem accurate to me. And then the Figma, I thought looked better than the BuzzMod, but it was missing a little edginess to it. Then the Figuarts came, and I felt like they nailed the look better than the Figma and BuzzMod. And with my Figma and Tanjiro neck breaking, I was in need of a new Tanjiro. And so this beautiful figure is here, so let's get this review started. I really like how Tanjiro's packaging looks. It really matches Tanjiro's aesthetic. Front of the box you can see Tanjiro and a big image of the figure. Top of the box has the figure's name and the Demon Slayer logo. Here's each side of the box. The back of the box puts the figure fully on display. Then the inside of the box I really like because they included a shoji design. The packaging is really clean, but this figure is rare to be played with, so let's get this review truly started. SH Figuarts might have just made the best Tanjiro figure, and I'm not even kidding. I've legit been enjoying this figure so damn much. To start off with, he looks so amazing. The likeness and proportions are really good. I've seen some people say that his head looks a little oversized, but I think it looks fine and it doesn't bother me. His hair is shaded nicely to match his signature hair color, and I think it looks really good. For his Hori, it is molded into the sculpt, which I know some people don't like as they prefer cloth like how the BuzzMod does. I sort of wish they did do cloth, because they have shown that they can with releases such as Figuarts Itachi and Anya. But for what it is, it does look pretty good. I know there's a lot of so-called ugly going on, such as the back of his Hori. There's a lot of cuts and lapping over, or even his sleeves, and someone would see all that's going on and be like, oh fuck, I'm just gonna get the BuzzMod, which is totally okay, but I think the Hori looks fine. The rest of this figure, such as the Demon Slayer core uniform, looks really good. Now, does he have any QC issues and design choices? Yeah, he has like one that really bothers me when posing this guy. His hands, when you're trying to pose him holding the sword, pop off fairly easily, and it can be frustrating. They made the wrist peg so freaking tiny, and I hate tiny pegs on figures because that means there's potentially a higher risk of breaking. That's definitely never good. And the Hori being plastic means his sleeves can definitely get in the way of some poses. Other than those things, besides one thing I'm going to point out whenever we get to the articulation segment, I really haven't found anything majorly messed up or wrong about this figure. He looks good, poses great, and has been a lot of fun to play with. Alright guys, we're now going to take a look at what Tanjiro comes with. He comes with 4 interchangeable faceplates. He comes with a stern resting face. I shouldn't even say resting face because this guy's face is tense. I mean, look at his brows. This dude looks like me when they fuck up my order at Popeyes. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing, I actually really like the seriousness in his face. To ease the tension a little, he comes with a joyful, happy face. Then to bring the tension back, he has an angry, yelling face. And lastly, for faces, he comes with a teeth gritted face that has his Demon Slayer mark instead of his usual scar. I really love that they included this detail to his face. Only face he is missing is some sort of goofy face because Tanjiro makes a lot of goofy faces. All of his faces do look really good, the attention to detail is scary. Tanjiro then comes with 4 pairs of interchangeable hands. He comes with 2 fisted hands, 2 open relaxed hands, 2 open hands that can be used for fight poses, and then 2 katana holding hands for holding both of his katanas. Tanjiro comes with 2 different versions of his katana, one with the Rengoku flame hilt and one without. And the one with the Rengoku hilt has more detail to it as it has a nice design on the blade, as well as a symbol in red, which I think means destroy. Then the other blade is his normal katana, which is black, and has the normal hilt. And each sword comes with a handle piece that can be plugged into the sheath that is attached to Tanjiro's side. That's it for accessories. For the price of $35, I really can't complain, though I would have loved some effect pieces such as water breathing or fire effects, but I understand that this is a budget release figure that is needed to start this line off. But if you have the Figma Rengoku like I do, then this fire effects and this figure combined make greatness. Like wow, effects really can bring this figure onto another level. I'd like to see Tamashii do what Figma does with their regular releases and DX versions. So if you want to pay extra for effects, you can, but if not, then that's okay. You can get the cheaper version that doesn't have them, which I mean they sort of do that with their best selection figures, but for the price, the accessory amount is good and they get a good rate from me. So now, let's see how this figure can pose. Tanjiro's articulation is really good. First off, his head can look up about this far, it can look this far downwards and has a good amount of head tilt, and it can look side to side. His neck can move around a little bit. His arms can go this far upwards, but it does look a little weird to me. Sort of looks like he dislocated his shoulder. There's rotation at the shoulder and at the upper elbow. His elbows can bend past 90 degrees and there's a twist at the forearms. Then his arm inside the sleeve can move a tiny bit, and he has wrist movement. His arms can go this far forwards, crossing over one another, and then they go this far backwards. He has amazing upper diaphragm articulation. Like, look at this movement and range it gets. The joint the torso uses pops up so you can get a deeper crunch and more range, but the extra range doesn't come without the price, and the price is a sacrifice to the sculpt and getting a lot of gappage. If you make him crunch forwards and then look at his back, sheesh, that's a lot of gappage, as we can see bro's insides. The same goes for him leaning back, like damn. He has waist movement, legs that can go this far forwards, a little bit backwards, and then this far outwards. He has a thigh swivel. His knees get a ridiculous amount of flexion despite his pants because how they designed his knee articulation. So now he can get into some deep crouching poses or do his iconic sitting pose that they do. But once again, there was a sacrifice to the sculpt to get this better range of movement. Then his upper calf area can move a little bit to also help get into some even deeper poses. And he has fairly decent ankle articulation and a toe joint. The articulation on this fig is actually really good, like I am genuinely impressed. Yeah, they had to sacrifice the sculpt for articulation, but in turn we got a figure that can pose really damn well. So now it's time to do some figure comparisons. First, here's SH Figuarts Tanjiro next to Figma Tanjiro. SHF is definitely a little bit bigger. The Figma can still hold its ground though in the looks department. Then here's Tanjiro next to Figma Inosuke and Zenitsu. It's a shame they are a decent bit smaller than SHF. Oh well, that just means when SHF makes them, I'ma definitely cop. Here he is next to Figma Rengoku. The size difference sorta works, but the Tanjiro is definitely a little too big to scale right. Also, we can see that the Figma Rengoku's hilt looks really premium and a lot smaller compared to the Figuarts Rengoku hilt, which really has definitely gained some weight. Here he is next to the Buzzmon Tengen Uzui. I think this works very well. For some other anime comparisons, here is Tanjiro next to the SH Figuarts Kid Naruto and Shippuden Naruto. Here he is next to SH Figuarts Luffy. Here he is next to SH Figuarts Team Gojo. Here he is next to Figma Gon. Here he is next to the Rebel Tech Deku. Man, I'm so ready to replace this figure with a Figuarts version. Here he is next to Demoniacal Fit Goku. And lastly, here he is next to Storm Collectibles Yujiro Hama. To wrap up all my thoughts about this figure, the most important thing I could say is that he is really good. He looks fantastic, has some amazing articulation, and comes with a fair amount of accessories for his retail price of $35. Now, Saori probably would have been better if it was cloth, because articulation engineering could look a little janky to some, but to me, it really doesn't bother me being plastic and sculpted on. But for Giyu, man, I do not know. Something about his Saori being sculpted on just doesn't seem right to me. But y'all let me know what y'all think, plastic or cloth Horis. That's honestly the only major thing I can point out about this figure's appearance that would deter others from this figure, because he does look really freaking good. Also, since this is a $35 figure, he didn't come with any crazy effects, so I definitely recommend picking up some if you get this guy, because they really do make this figure so much more fun. I know Tamashii just released a water effect kit at the same time this guy released, and they have some fire effects as well. But if you want some Demon Slayer accurate ones, then picking up a bootleg Figma would be the cheapest option to get these effects. Or you can get the Buzzmon figures, which can run you a pretty penny. But even without any effects and by himself, this figure is really great, and I definitely recommend this guy to any Demon Slayer fan or anime fan in general. He is $35 and will more than likely be at your Walmarts, Targets, or on Amazon in the coming months. I really appreciate you guys so much, and if you watch this long, then tell me, who do you want to see be made next in a Demon Slayer line? And would you want to see more reviews of Demon Slayer figures? That's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching, and y'all already know.
I'm gonna kick your ass, criminal. One Piece on top.